sense that you have been overwhelmed and you are here because you're anxious. So I was sitting here minding my own business and all of a sudden I feel anxious. Why? I don't know. But am I gonna do something about it? Hell yeah. So I'm here to share my tips and tricks on how to calm down, not feel as anxious, and hopefully I'll be able to help you guys also contain your anxiety just like I tried to contain mine. But wait, just a PSA out there, I'm not a professional and I do not claim to be one. I'm not a therapist. If you feel like you need professional help, then please go seek professional help. Go seek a therapist. I feel like that's the best way to actually help yourself. But I'm just making this video to give you all my tips and tricks on how I contain my anxiety, and hopefully they work for you too. So let's start off with tip number 1. I know this is very basic and most people will overlook it, but take a sip of water. Now I know what you might be thinking. Is this girl insane? Water? That's your tip? Water has been scientifically proven to calm you down both physically and psychologically. Being dehydrated or not drinking enough water during the day can raise your cortisol levels, leading you to stress, baby girl. That's why we gotta stay hydrated. Not only does it lower your cortisol levels, causing you to stress less, it also helps your brain function well. I mean, our body is made up of mostly water, so it kind of makes sense that water will help us both physically and like mentally, you know? But also besides all that, water clears up your skin, makes you glow. And on top of all of that, it cleans up your system and your gut, leading you to make better decisions. So drink some water, and I know you're having a panic attack, but try to remind yourself that this is your body's way of trying to let those all emotions that you bottled up out. Now tip number 2, and my personal favorite, listen to brown noise and jazz and just lay down and journal. Guys, I don't know what about this that just makes me relax, like absolutely relax, okay? But yo, you gotta try it. I mean, you don't really have to journal. You could always listen to brown noise, jazz. If you want to listen to both of them at the same time, that's what I like to do, and that's what I find most comforting. If you want to do that, you go ahead and do that. If you want to journal while listening to that, you go ahead and do that. But you could also go on Pinterest, or I wouldn't honestly recommend Instagram, but like Pinterest, where it's an app that just has motivation on it. Like Pinterest is like my motivational app. It literally brings me absolutely no stress. Like, it's just perfect. I like to also put down my iPad and I like to lay down on my bed and just cover my eyes and meditate. I do still like to listen to brown noise or jazz as I'm doing this. I prefer just brown noise only because it brings me to this silence, like inside my brain. I just silent my brain. Now tip number 3, find an activity to get your mind off everything. So it could be a hobby or something you just like doing. It could be walking, it could be running, it could be going to the gym, it could be doing my makeup. Whenever I feel anxious or I feel like I'm about to have an anxiety attack, I grab my makeup and I just start putting my makeup on and listen to music. Don't think about anything else, just focus on what you're doing. Now tip number 4, now after I've calmed down, I go back to the problem in which started this whole thing. What made me anxious? I feel like for me, whenever I don't address the problem, it will come back later during the week, during the month, and I will have another anxiety attack. So in order to prevent it, I like to address the problem and just get it out of the way. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you learned something from it. I hope I was able to help. I was never really diagnosed with anxiety professionally, but I was definitely told multiple times that I'm very anxious. Like, I'm a very anxious person. I hope you guys found my video helpful, and if you did, just don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with a friend that might find this helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.